So Brian started swimming when he was just 8 years old, and those years of early morning practices contributed to a great high school career.
He's kind of like the kid that was the swimmer, and he was the captain of the swim team in high school. Um, I was the soccer player of the family, but I always looked up to him because he was the older one that was doing well.
Chris's biggest fan in the stands was his mom.
Always had great races. It was fun to watch him compete, win, beat his time, try to actually beat the school record. So it was exciting.
After his senior year at Trumbull High, Chris went south to swim at the D1 level for the College of Charleston. After a solid first year, he capped it off with a stellar performance in the final meet of the season.
It was I had set PRs on every single race I did. Fastest 50 freestyle time I ever had, fastest 100 freestyle time. That was the 10th fastest in the conference at that meet. Swam my first 50 butterfly race, which was actually a 100 butterfly race, and it was the worst experience of my life, but I still had the best time I ever had, so it was pretty cool.
God, he's going to kill him. Come on, Chris, home now. Take it home.
The following summer, everything changed.
July 27, 2011, went on vacation with a few friends to Rhode Island. Last couple hours we were there, gonna jump in the water to rinse off. And I just remember seeing the wave curl and try to dive through like I was just gonna, normally jump through the wave. And then next thing I know, I hit my head on the sand, had this numbing sensation throughout my body. Tried to open my eyes, try to roll over. All I could see was the bottom of the ocean, my hands floating there. Luckily I was holding my breath long enough. And then a couple of my friends had come in, turned me over quickly, dragged me out. And then I got airlifted to Providence Hospital.
It was a scary situation, especially for his parents, who found out by phone.
Driving on my way back from Long Island, and I just my reaction was I just prayed that it was not, really serious. I didn't know, but my wife said that that he couldn't move, so I obviously was very concerned.
At first, everyone was kind of confused. I mean, some people weren't really answering my questions. It was kind of like, I don't know. And then there was one doctor I remember who had come in and had told me that I'd be living the rest of my life with a like breathing support and in a power wheelchair and not be able to do anything. So that was kind of an interesting situation.
Only one word could describe the transition back home.
It was tough for everybody, but I think, it's looking back, it's been 4 years actually. So it was difficult, but Chris has really done a terrific job. So.
It's tough. I mean, I had no idea what I was doing because I was, the caregiver kind of thing. He had no idea. We had no expectations.
First, it was pretty tough. I mean, it was just like, readjusting to everything. Everything you had to do was completely different. But I mean, I think a lot of the stuff that I learned as an athlete in swimming, I kind of carried over to like my therapy and my day-to-day attitude. Just like working really hard to get somewhere, practicing things, just pushing myself as hard as I could.
His background as a swimmer proved invaluable when his physical therapy started at the Shepherd Center in Georgia.
I think like everything that I went through there made this whole experience a little bit more easy to take, and definitely made me the person I am today. So
Now that he's back in Connecticut, he continues his physical therapy at Gaylord Hospital.
Kind of relentless in a good way. Like we've been working on getting stronger and working on doing transfers he wants to be able to do independently, and nothing is stopping him from doing that.
What gets Chris out of bed in the morning? The answer is simple.
Like the best thing is that you got to have like a lot of determination. I mean, you're not going to get anywhere. I mean, you can't feel sorry for yourself. If you do, you just kind of throwing your whole day away. I mean, if you just got to put your head down and just really push through everything. So it's kind of how I look at it right now.
Determination has paid dividends throughout his training.
Chris is incredible. That's why with the doctors, if they had told him he was going to be limited, I think he would have been limited. But because no one ever said anything, we just kept pushing and he kept seeing improvement.
It's amazing. It's inspiring. I couldn't, it's hard to describe how well he's done. You could go one of two ways when a situation like this happens, and he's obviously gone the right way in a major direction, and Harvard is just amazing.
Chris now uses his physical and mental progress to inspire young athletes.
I think, especially with a lot of younger swimmers I've been talking to, I just try to tell them like how important everything you're learning right now is, and even with all athletes, like everything that you've learned, that ethic growing up and starting sports, like really carries on like later on in life, and it's something you won't see or might not understand right at that point, but down the road, like as a person when you're growing up, I think it really makes a difference. So I just try to get that across to him, and that hard work really does pay off.
Relentless, determined, mentally strong, all the traits that help Chris become a D1 swimmer are the same that make him an inspiration to anyone he meets. After spending time with him, it's clear that it's when, not if, he ever walks again, and his family will be there every step of the way. For Sports Buzz, I'm Tim Langer, Trumbull, Connecticut.